Hmm. Jim from Cigars here. You know, one of my favorite parts of smoking cigars is those first few puffs. When everything comes together, when the flavor is right and the smoke production is right and the draw is right, man, you know you're in for a good experience and you know you're going to be smoking a good cigar. So what I did is I searched through my memory for this video, try to come up with the cigars that at least that I can remember had really, really strong first puffs. And that didn't always mean it's a perfect cigar all the way through, but by and large, the ones I'm going to tell you about were good cigars all the way through. But I'd like to hear your opinions on this. I'd like to know what experiences you had with first puffs and what some of your favorites are, and if it panned out that the cigar was good all the way through. Thinking about my experiences with the first puffs that I really enjoyed, one thing that I really think played into it is expectations or lack of expectations. Some of my favorite first puffs came from cigars where I really didn't have any expectation. It was the first time smoking that cigar, and so it came as a surprise to me, and a pleasant surprise in some of these cases. So let's talk about some of my favorite first puff experiences. Let's start out with ones where I had really no expectations, smoked them for the first or second time, and had really, really excellent first puffs. Believe it or not, one of them is Alec Bradley Kintsugi. And I don't know if I'd recommend that cigar. I did a written review on it on my website, cigars.com, and rated it pretty highly on there. So I don't know if I could really recommend that cigar or not. But the first few puffs, I can tell you, I still remember it from, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago. Another one that I haven't smoked too many of is the La Aroma Edition Especial. And what I remember about that is the draw was so great on it, and the flavor just hit me as just right for that particular situation. Another one that kind of surprised me because I didn't have any expectations was the Perdomo Sun-Grown Habano. And I just reviewed that one, I don't know, a month or two ago. And the first draws on that were really, really good, and it carried through for the whole cigar. Last one where my expectations were kind of non-existent was a Monte Cristo Espada. And that was a long time ago when I first started smoking, and I smoked a lot of them since, and I really do like that cigar. But I got off to a really good start with it. I still remember that. I bet you that was one of the first 10 or 15 cigars I ever smoked, and I still remember those first few puffs. Expectations are certainly important, but sometimes it's a plain old good cigar that gives you a good first few puffs experience. And I've got a couple of those to talk about. First one is Padron 1964. I've never had a bad experience with that cigar as a whole, and the first few puffs always have blown me away. Another one that's just a really good cigar is the Fuente Reserva Don Carlos. Again, I've had several of those, and the first few puffs always blow me away. Another obvious one, the Oliva V Milanio. I tell you, when I've had a couple bad cigars in a row, a couple stinkers, and I want to renew my faith in cigars, Oliva V Milanio is usually where I turn to, because it's a really good cigar and it always has a good start for me. The last two I'm going to talk about are somewhat similar in their flavor profile, so I'll talk about them together. One is a Monte Cristo 1935 Nicaragua, and the other one is the Drew Estate Undercrown 10. And both of those have a very strong Maduro presence, but they're also very, very good cigars. And I tell you, for both of those, the first few puffs, I'm blown away, and the whole cigar stays good. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. I think this is an interesting topic. So let me know what you think about your first puffs, and I will see you next time from Cigars.